Hey guys, and welcome back to Geek Time. Even with the lockdown and COVID-19 happening, it's still not going to stop us going to a KupoCon. So let's get ready for KupoCon Pomline. Okay, so now that I'm all ready, it's time to go get ready for the opening ceremony. Let's hope we can get some really good seats.
Good day, everyone. How are you? Welcome. It is April 9th. My name is Alex Main. Some people call me King Mog, for the reasons for which will be made very clear to you shortly. If this is your first time watching a stream and you're thinking to yourself, who's this unusually weird British git with a beard? Where's Brianna White? I assure you that the guests will follow behind me quite shortly. Thank you very much for watching the stream. A lot of you are familiar with KupoCon. We're going to walk you through kind of what KupoCon is, what KupoCon does, was. Anyone got any other words I can throw in there? We're going to introduce you to everything that KupoCon stands for. We're going to talk about a lot of amazing things today, and we're also going to talk to some amazing guests as well. So I'm going to be joined by the voice actors of Aerith. That's Aerith, not Aerith. Try to control your anger. Aerith. We're going to be speaking with the voice actor of Barret and of Biggs and of Tifa. Thank you very much again for being here. It's great to have you. I am joined by my Irish counterpart, Alan, who I'm going to bring in to this call right now.
Hey.
How are you today?
Good to see you again. As a pity, but you still get your dose of me in the end, and I promise everyone you've only got me for a few minutes, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'll be gone soon.
We had actually seriously considered throwing subtitles on this video. I think it would have been a wise move. For those of you who don't know,
I should have prepared a script.
You should have prepared.
I would say the very heart of KupoCon is community. So we have an event, it's not a huge amount of people. We try to limit it to like an average event, 600-700 people, no more than 1,000.
Our biggest was Pomx, wasn't it? Our biggest was Pomx in London, which was September, and that was 1,000.
Yeah, so basically when we have a KupoCon, it's all about community spirit and engagement. So we have typical things that happen at conventions. So you'd have everyone's coming in cosplay, you have special guests with panels, marketplace, but we have some special things that go on, such as our quests. You get a little booklet as you come in, and you take part in different quests and what we call, what you call hunts. It's basically, finding each other in cosplay and lots of different activities throughout the day.
Okay, Alan, this is actually where I let you go, I'm afraid. This is
really?
Your job is done, sir. My job.
Grand, time for dinner. Good luck.
Exactly. Just a big thank you for your support over the last week preparing this, and thank you truly for just everything you do for KupoCon. It's massively appreciated and appreciated by the community.
Not at all. Well, thank you everyone for taking part in this and tuning in. It's actually quite moving to see the interaction in the group. It is massive at the moment. And thank you for everything you do, Al.
You're welcome.
I miss you.
Miss you too, buddy. Take care. Thanks very much for joining me.
They even let little kitty cats in at KupoCon Pomline, don't they? Right, well, let's go check out some cosplayers now. And I hear that they're all going to be doing the Big Bros Challenge, so let's go check that out.
So I hope you guys spotted a couple faces in there. Actually, one that probably would have jumped out was Gideon Emery, the voice of Biggs towards the end there. He was really going for it too.
Oh, cosplaying and all.
He made the rest of you look like crap. Like, he was really going for it.
So just heard that Pontus is going to be appearing with Alex now. So let's have a look what wonderful things he's going to say.
Okay, I have returned. That was nice and quick and nice and easy, and usually it's not that easy. I'm shortly going to be joined by our first guest, who is someone in the community who's very well known, probably for all the wrong reasons, but I think he'll take that as an insult, but it's actually a compliment. I'm going to throw over to two cams here. I am today joined by the wonderful Pontus Hultgren. How are you today, sir?
Well, to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised by you calling me. I really can't believe you got the nerve, to be honest.
That's really my speciality, though, to be fair.
I mean, after what you've done most recently, I honestly can't believe this.
So just for those of you who are not familiar,
wait a second. Please don't just brush this aside. Don't play dumb.
Okay.
You know what you have done, okay?
Sorry.
Where is Gobbo? Where is my goblin?
Where's your goblin?
Where's my goblin?
I don't know what I did with your goblin.
You know exactly. I mean, I was going out to panic buy toilet paper, right?
Yeah.
Pushing old ladies aside, hitting them with their own canes to get that precious TP, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for sure.
When I get home, Gobbo is nowhere to be found. And honestly, man, I come home.
Would it give you some comfort if I said that he's perfectly safe? Pontus is responsible, wonderful Swede. Pontus is responsible for the music series that we create, which we call Mozart. Now, most of you would have heard a Mozart track before, but Pontus, why don't you give us a real true story of how Mozart came around? And if it involves anything about me burning him, it's not true.
If you see Gobbo, please treat him well and send him home. I miss him.
Okay, I will.
So, what are we talking about again?
We're talking about your music. That's the reason why you're here.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do. That's right.
That's what you do. So way back when we decided that we wanted to produce a bunch of, what would we call it? You know, KupoCon exclusive items. So one thing we did with one of your arch enemies, actually, we did the Nibelheim incident, which is a wonderful book, which is upside down. We did the Nibelheim incident with MJ Gallagher, and it's a wonderful book that focuses on the Nibelheim incident from Final Fantasy VII. And then we got in touch with Pontus, and we started working on what we called Mozart. And I actually have a couple copies of Mozart here. They are in the store today. Something that we worked on for the Final Fantasy VII Remake launch parties that we hosted in Vancouver, Toronto, and London. We did produce these, which is the Melodies of Midgar. Now, we will be playing tracks from Melodies of Midgar throughout. In fact, every song you hear, unless it's obviously the trailer music, but everything you hear today was orchestrated, arranged by this wonderful, slightly deranged individual. And it's been a pleasure. I think it's been a pleasure working with you.
For the most part.
And the feedback from Melodies of Midgar has been great. So if you're one of these people who loves physical items, this is beautiful. I mean, just look at it. Please do stay safe. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. And not just that, I promise I'll return Gobbo, the goblin, to
please
you.
Do.
I will send him... if I didn't care about him, I'd send him with UPS, but I'll send him with DHL. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for joining me today.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
really appreciate it.
Stay safe, everyone. Happy Easter. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Let's go check out the KupoCon shop now. Okay, so it's time to go to the first. first panel, so let's go check it out.
So thank you very much, Brianna. I really appreciate you joining us today. I know that it's an incredibly busy time for you with everything that is going on in the world right now.
Yes,
There's
but
a
thank
rumor,
you for having me.
rumor is that you're in a game that's coming out momentarily, so I'm told. Let's assume it's true. For those of you who don't know, this is Brianna White. She's the voice of Aerith. Now, Brianna, you're no stranger to streaming, so you can put me to shame. And I was just complimenting what I thought was some like cardboard pop-up green screen, but it's actually your wall.
Yes,
which
this is my green screen
quite
wall.
Impressive.
Yes, it's very handy.
We were discussing that, like, I've assumed there would have to be like a special type of green screen paint, which apparently there is. And that must be very hard to do and not get, because I've used green screen before, and it's quite the challenge.
Yes, and even as a wall, it still has its challenges. You can see if it's not lit exactly evenly, I'm gonna have to up my tolerance, and then my hair starts keying out. It's a whole adventure. I have been an actress for my whole life, and I have been an actress for much longer than I've been a streamer. I started streaming because as an actor, professionally, a lot of it is dependent on your team. So your agent or your manager, pitching you and making sure that you're getting submitted for things. So I wanted something that was a little bit in my control more. And so that's why I started streaming. The casting director for Final Fantasy VII Remake reached out to my theatrical agent. I didn't have a voiceover demo. I didn't have a voiceover specific agent. She just found me and said, let's get her in for an audition. And I said, holy moly, of course. And being a gamer, I understood the significance of the audition. So I don't know if that's something that helped or hurt, but I'm assuming it helped.
You go to the audition, and then if I recall, I think you had, like most people do, you had a fairly long wait before you heard anything back. And then you make the assumption that, I probably didn't get it.
That's exactly how it went. I thought for sure this is not happening. They're going to go with someone famous. They're going to go with someone with more experience. I don't even know why I was given the chance to audition. I thought for sure there was no way it was going to happen, but I still hoped.
And I guess the hope paid off then.
It did. Yeah, it did.
The only real part of Aerith that we had seen prior to the game was just, this is for you. And it didn't really show too much. But then when you actually watch that whole scene, the amount of sass in the character is heavy. And it's great. It really gives the character more of a three-dimensional feel rather than it just being flat, right? Because as you said, you're just reading it off a screen. Yeah. So it's going to be, it's quite exciting.
Yes. I hope people continue to love that aspect of her. From what I've seen, there's some good stuff. So I'm pleased.
Have you had a chance to play a fair chunk of the game
No.
yet? Oh.
No, I've played the demo, and that's it. So I would love to cosplay Aerith. That's something that I've gotten hugely requested. I would love to do it, but I cannot make anything with my hands.
I think of like Ray Chase, I think of Robbie Daymond, I think of Liam Mulvey, Adrian Boucher, all of these voice actors who have gone to KupoCon's other conventions and just been given full outfits. It happened.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Aerith or Aerith?
Yeah, I'm assuming Aerith.
It's Aerith to me. But one of the things that I'm okay with, because you were able to make their names however you wanted in the original game, it's okay if you call her Aerith. If that's who she is to you, that's okay, and I respect it. It's just not who she is to me.
You respect it. It's wrong, but you respect it.
So I think her sassiness is something that she and I share. It's a native language for me, sarcasm and sassiness. So I think that's something sort of surface level that we have in common. But I think there's also something on a deeper level that she and I do have in common. And I think it's a level of, I guess spirituality would be the right word, but it's almost a instinctual knowledge of what brings us all together. And it's this idea of you always have to keep pushing forward because everything's going to be okay in the end. We are going to win against this hard thing. Aerith has this sort of trust and faith that everything's going to be okay. And I think one of the words that that Square Enix uses is hope. And I think that that's something that she and I share on a very deep level. And I hope that I've been able to show that in her character, is that everything will be okay. You just have to keep moving forward. And
which kind of speaks true of the whole situation that the world's facing right now. So
it does. And if Remake was going to come out at any time, even with the craziness of early releases and late delays of shipping and everything crazy with that, and trust me, it's been crazy for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Even with that, I would want Remake to come out now to remind people to keep faith, to keep fighting, keep your spirits up, and connect with the people around you.
Surely that's the underlying story of 7, isn't it? To not give up, to continue the fight, right?
Yes.
Well, again, thank you for continuing to be a part of the KupoCon community. Apologies that Montreal did not happen the way that we had hoped. I'm sure that in time it will. We do have
no matter what.
We do have our fingers crossed that our July date will hold, assuming that they start to sort the curve out. Cases, unfortunately, do continue to rise. And of what I've seen of Aerith through the trailers and what I've had the privilege of experiencing the game, you've done an incredible job. It very much suits the character. And I think that the fandom have responded very, very favorably to it. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. It was hard work, but I'm really glad people are liking it. I'm really, really glad.
Mm-hmm. And again, thank you very much for joining me today. I'm going to let you go now because we've taken up quite a bit of your time here. So I'm just going to let you say goodbye to folks before I pull the plug on you. And
bye, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Bye.
Mr. John Bentley. And your microphone is live, sir.
I am live.
You are live.
What's up, everybody? Hi. On quarantine.
Yes. Thanks very much for being here today, John. I do appreciate it.
You kidding me, man? It's KupoCon, baby.
Thank you very much. So, exciting times, huh? Like, first time I spoke to you was probably September, October of last year. Mm-hmm. I think you were at your son's basketball game at the time. Yeah. I think you were at playoffs, was it? Tournament?
It was a tournament.
Okay.
He was playing.
Gotcha.
And I had tried to contact you through Emma, who gave me all the information about KupoCon, and I was just excited when I saw what you guys were doing.
Yeah. And then roll forward slightly, and then we were at which event was it?
Vancouver.
Yeah, what was the name of it? Port Pom. We called it Port Pom.
Oh, all the palms are running in your head.
Yes, and there's a lot of poms. A lot of loose poms. And that was your first experience of KupoCon, and I think it was a positive one because we're still talking. So it's going to be a good sign. But before we talk about KupoCon, let's just talk about where we are. It's April 9th. Tomorrow marks the official launch of the remake. Yes. How are you feeling?
Overwhelmed. A lot of people got the doggone game before the 10th in different countries. So I've been trying to navigate not looking at spoilers and not commenting on anything until everyone gets it on the 10th. And, then we can, talk and do interview. Everyone wants to interview right now. And
I bet.
Yeah. So like some people call the interview and I'm like, who are you?
Just literally around the corner. And they're, even though the storyline is quite well known, we're trying to avoid spoilers for those who've never played Final Fantasy VII. And not just that, there's a lot of new content in there, right? Like, they've added a lot to the story. So I imagine it must be quite hard keeping, your mouth shut and not spoiling stuff. And, like, the requests are coming in hot and heavy, right?
Just even with friends, I've got to sit on my hands, to not... I'm so excited for everyone to get to play it and to get to see it. And to get to experience it, because to me it's an experience. It's stunningly beautiful, and then the music is just as stunning. I was really nervous, and I just dug deep and did the 3 different variations that I had for him, and they chose one and said, okay, let's narrow that one down and let's do all the lines, because we were Skyped in from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And the translator was there, and they're all
even
listening.
for the audition.
Oh yeah, it was
Wow.
a big deal to me, man. Because I knew the storyline, I was so excited about it, and I was like, okay, I can do it this way, I can do it this way, or I can try it this way, or I can try it this way, and I just wanted the job because I was such a fan from '97, playing in '97, '96, '97. You're damn right I do.
Yeah.
I wanted that to be painfully evident that he wasn't just a one-dimensional caricature. So to play the character, I wanted to make sure that he was multifaceted and not just looked at as a black brute or a black man who was angry or someone who's running around blowing up stuff that he shouldn't be. You know what I mean? I just wanted to be sensitive to that for several different reasons. Barret,
Tifa, and Aerith, Cloud, are featured on many pot noodles and in pastas and stuff. I asked this to Brianna. What flavor would you like to be?
I know what it is. It's ham and leeks, man.
Ham and leek.
Ham and leek. The hell, man. That just don't sound right. But I like what is it called? Hey, Michelle, what's the name of that pasta I like? Fettuccine. Chicken fettuccine.
Like chicken fettuccine Alfredo?
Fettuccine Alfredo. That's what Barret should be.
But what I have played of Barret so far, I love. I think you portray the character perfectly. I like not only do I think your technical aspects, your voice acting is superb. You're probably, and I really don't say this often, you're probably one of the nicest people I've ever met, most approachable, just a lovely guy. And I think it's great not only that the game has a voice actor that's so suited to the part for the community, it's great to have someone who's so bloody nice. So thank you for everything that you're bringing to not just to the game but to the Final Fantasy community as a whole.
Oh man, thank you so much, Alex. Thank you for bringing me into the KupoCon community, and it's an honor, a joy, and a beautiful thing to be part of the world of Final Fantasy with a role this big. That's worldwide. This whole thing is like worldwide, so it's an honor. I love you. Give love to the family, Nat, the babies, and everybody out there who's watching. Love y'all. Thank you so much for watching it. Those of you who are playing, kick butt. Those of you who are waiting for it, kick butt when you get it. I love you all. I can't wait to meet you all who I haven't met, and I can't wait to see all who I have met again. Much love.
Okay, so I'm getting a bit hungry now, and I think it's time to go to the restaurant. What do you guys think? I wonder what food they have. Do they have any themed food? Let's go check. This is the Phoenix Down and the Mughal chicken buns. Which one was that one, Emily?
That one's the iced tea.
Iced tea. Ishgardian tea. And we have the red mage. Nom 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 nom. It's got a red feather in. It has. Ultras.
That's the takoyaki. Ultras takoyaki, I think.
Ultras, yeah. You got a Mughal on yours, but I got Ultras on mine. Oh yeah, there's a little bit. And this is the pumpkin one, yeah. Oh, that looks tasty. Try this.
You didn't kill me the last time.
Oh no, he's a food blogger now.
I am a food blogger now. Tasty.
Great.
They're judging me, but I don't care.
Only judgment here. The
Bahamut.
hermit.
Looks tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go. No, I'm right. Yeah. This is the behemoth one. Nom 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 nom. Pork. What was that? What is it? This is gonna be
never
so
heard
cool.
of again.
Don't chew it. That would go through me. You can't do it. You can't do it.
Right, okay, they're just about to start the next panel, so let's go check that one out.
Britt Baron, who plays the voice of Tifa. Thank you very much for being here today. I know this was a bit, it was a little bit last minute. We kind of just jumped on you and said, look, would you like to do this? And you very kindly agreed. So thank you very much for doing that.
Thank you for having me. I was not doing anything else, so.
Yeah, it's really worked in everyone's favor, right? Because usually you try and contact people, oh, can you do this convention? Can you do this interview? And it's just, no, unfortunately, I'm too busy. I've got this gig on. I can't do that. I can't do it. And everyone's like, yeah, I've got all the time in the world.
Just sitting around.
So we're here to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is quite a big deal. Now, I'm curious, were you overly familiar with the Final Fantasy series before this opportunity came round?
No, I hate to say that, but
That's okay.
I mean, I grew up, I'm just being honest. I grew up in a household where video games definitely weren't encouraged by any means.
Okay.
I think if my parents had known the trajectory of my future,
They may have
maybe
changed. Yeah, they're slightly different.
Because I feel a little out of the loop and I'm a little behind. I think in a way it was freeing for me because I didn't fully understand the scope of what I was walking into. And I think in a way, if I had, it might have been crippling because it's just so massive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely just it's big shoes to fill.
Oh, and you seem to have filled them perfectly fine. I'm about 8 hours into the remake, and I've spent quite a bit of time with Tifa, and so far it's perfect. It's excellent. So
thank you. Oh my
you're
gosh.
welcome. And I'm sure everyone will say the same in time. But looking at the role, were you approached? Did someone come to you for the audition, or did you see the audition and think, oh, I'm going to go for that?
So I was requested through my voiceover agent. They had reached out to them. I think they had maybe seen me on Glow, and there were some interviews where they heard my voice. So I went in and auditioned. And I think I remember I was very bold in an unusual way. I think sometimes my nerves can hold me back, but I really went in with this mentality of, ask me how high to jump and I'll jump, I'll do anything you want. But I didn't hear back for months. So I think I had let it go. And when I got the call from my agent, I didn't even understand exactly
what it was. Like, sorry, who is this? So what do you want? Yeah.
Oh, I went out for that, months ago. Yeah. So it was a lot of waiting.
I'm sure it was.
Oh, gosh. I think it's really surreal to be a part of something that's so massive and that means so much to so many people. I think it's partly very intimidating and scary because everyone has a different expectation.
Tifa she's a girly girl. She's a girl, but she's also a really, really strong character. And for a game that was made in 1997 to be portraying a strong woman, let's face it, is quite unheard of. I mean, like throughout the 2000s into 2010, there's been the movement for, strong women. And I think that it's quite amazing that a game that is so really archaic picked up on these things. And now we're able to see it in a fully, remade game.
And I love that she can be a badass and also very feminine at the same time. I think sometimes we put women in these certain boxes where you can only be one type of woman.
Absolutely.
And within us, I have all these different versions, inside of me. And I think all women do. So I like that Tifa is all of these different things wrapped up in one.
There's no gender specificness to it. There's no stereotypicalness. It's just she is who she is.
Yeah. This game in particular was so technical because it's already recorded in Japanese first. So we have to fit each line translated frame by frame. I mean, to millisecond, to the point where I was, you think, guys, you're nitpicking. Come on, it's
it was the same with the 15 voice actors. They said they're like, we need you to shave off half a second on that, and he's like,
okay, yeah. So it's very technical, much more than any other medium. Even more than, because even during Final Fantasy, I went and did some non-player characters in other video games, and it feels so different because they're like, yeah, add a few lines, add a few words. Who cares? You could do a few breaths. I'm like, wow, coming from Final Fantasy, you have to be right in the right time. So it's just very technical.
I would say it was safe to assume that you've never cosplayed before then. So is there a possibility, an opportunity for you to, whip out the punching gloves and dress up as Tifa?
The problem with Tifa is she has the perfect body, so it's kind of unfair. I would have to be training for months. Maybe that's good motivation for me.
Well, everyone's in quarantine. Might as well make the most of it, right?
Yeah, the people that live below me will probably be pissed off, though, if I start doing,
Well, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm glad, we got in touch finally.
Yes, thank you. And hopefully we'll see you at a KupoCon in the future. We'd absolutely love to have you. And it's really quite something like it's
John was raving about it. He speaks so highly of you guys and the events. And so I would love to come out. Yeah. Once the world is back to normal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, take care of yourself, and thank you so much for joining us today. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Stay safe.
Thank you. Take care. I'm delighted to say that we are now joined by Gideon Emery. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you everyone for your patience. I'm still fiddling here trying to get a light on my face, so I'm not this strange apparition.
It's okay.
I'm ghostly or darker. But there we are, that's a bit better.
I can't bring myself to even mention the remake before we even mention the fact that you're probably voiced one of the most iconic characters in the series already, which is the voice of Balthier. But here we're here to talk about a completely different role, which is the voice of Biggs. Which is a totally different role. When you auditioned for this, did you know what you were going in for? Did someone come to you and say, come in for this? Because, you worked with Square a lot. I know that, usually it's with a different studio. I'm not sure if they're using the same studios, the team that they were when they worked on the 12 project. I doubt it.
No, not at least in terms of what I was doing. I'm trying to think. I pretty much auditioned for most everything. This specifically, I honestly can't recall. It's a long time. It's a few years ago now when I started work. I know Erica mentioned that it's been like 5 years or something when we did the first sort of trailery little bit or something. That seems like an awfully long time ago, but I don't know. I kind of lose track.
Because some voices were the same in the original trailer, but some aren't. Like, for example, John Bentley. You've met John now. You met him at Great Guy. He didn't actually do the voice in the original trailer way back when, right? So he joined in later. Gotcha. But I figured they probably had I'm sure Square have their little black book, and you must be in it because you appeared in a number of games.
Look, I do think that Balthier's had a lot of mileage, there's definitely people who are fans of him, and I've certainly been brought in for projects, possibly including this one where it's good to have, Balthier or the voice of Balthier, even if it's not necessarily the same voice. What was fun, what was weird, it was nice to do a different voice, obviously, accent-wise and such. What was interesting is I gave a little interview thing at the launch
at PAX? Oh, at E3?
PAX, yeah, thank you, yeah. And someone misinterpreted that because I said, it was refreshing not to be the leading man, obviously referring to Balthier, not, meaning like, it's nice to just have a supporting role or something, but that's like literally what they interpreted it as. I was like,
so they thought you were
that's not what I was saying. What an arrogant bloke. Yeah. Would I be going like, yes, I've played a lot of leading men, and now it's time for me to step back. Sorry, I know I'm having no luck with this light because it's either going to go right
it's
into.
It's all good.
Into
like as far as I'm concerned, we're in disco now. Were you concerned going into this project because you knew it was a Final Fantasy project that you were thinking, I've already got such a leading role in 12. do I want to have another major role in another game? Were you concerned about?
No. I'm just happy working, to be quite honest. You know, I try to limit my shouty, screamy stuff because, you know, after a period of time, it just doesn't. It's not good. It's like you can't be a sprinter, you know, sprinting for a 4-hour voice session.
I've heard that before from voice actors.
Even Linford, you know, Linford Christie would suffer.
So we have some questions that came in from the community. So we figure we'd start with those so I don't end up asking you similar questions.
Yeah, if you could sanitize them first.
Yeah, I'll be more than happy to. So Nikki says, I've heard from other Final Fantasy VA interviews that you don't find out what your exact role is before what the project is when you start. Did you know the role that you were going into? I know you said you can't quite recall, but do you know if you recall if you knew the exact part?
I'm pretty sure I didn't know exactly what I was going in for. That's correct. That is the
norm.
The norm. There's definitely been, I think, in the last, oh goodness, the last 5 years perhaps, there's been a real concern with stuff leaking and this kind of thing. You know, I mean, even from evidently from actors auditioning for stuff, because if you book the job, I mean, you're obviously not going to tell them what it is. You're signing NDAs and all this sort of stuff once you book the job, right? But you know, the notion that people would be you know, sort of putting spoilers online and this kind of stuff just from audition material, it just seems completely stupid. Not the notion of it, but that people would do that. It's just terrible. So yeah, it's obviously at the stage now, or it has been for a while, that I mean, there'll even be fake you know, copy or script for you to audition with. So I audition for many things where I have no idea what it is, even that I'm auditioning for. And then you get the thing and it's completely unrelated. Obviously, there's stuff where maybe they haven't got fake material and you can go, oh, the dark side might be Star Wars. I don't know, you know, but that's kind of rare these days.
Well, I mean, on part of just on behalf of the fandom, I want to thank you for coming back to the Final Fantasy series. You know, Balthier was a great character and you delivered it great. And what I've seen of Biggs so far, I've loved. I think you're perfect for the character. In fact, actually, every role that I've seen you play, you've pulled off immensely, which really calls to your ability as an actor. So thank you very much for you know, being a part of the game, and I hope that in the coming days, do jump on Twitch, take a look. I think you'll be you'll be pleasantly surprised in seeing people play it, and because of that emotional attachment, right? You've got all these gamers who played the original and have got that serious emotional attachment, and then you've got all these kids that have never ever played it before. So I think it'll be interesting. And
it will be, yeah. Also crossover,
yeah. And with any luck, you know, in the future, we'd love to see it at KupoCon. I mean, we are literally we are a Final Fantasy event, you know, and you've been in 4 titles that I know of for sure. It was 13 was extra, Orionge in 14, and Balthier in 12, and you know, the community love you. So thank you very much for doing this stream. And
absolutely welcome. I'm sorry about the delay again.
No, don't worry about it.
We got there eventually.
Don't worry, and make sure you and your family stay safe.
Same to you. Give your daughters a kiss from me.
Will do.
And mine was putting makeup on me yesterday. Fortunately, it's non-transferable makeup, although part of me
kids go to a new step. They just take marker pens and that's it. Like, they're all over.
You know, I did find my little girl's a climber, so I did find her like grinning at me like, I know I shouldn't have this, and I was like, walking slowly but swiftly and meaningfully, everything's fine.
Again, Thank you very much for joining me, and appreciate
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Take care, and thanks everybody who's tuned in. I appreciate it. And until next time, stay safe.
I'll be in touch.
Stay home.
Take care.
Ciao.
I can't believe that is over now, but let's go check out the closing ceremony.
Well, folks, I believe that brings me to the end of this stream. I would like to say a massive thank you for joining me today. I am going to be jumping on our Patreon evening celebration stream, which, if any of you have ever been to a KupoCon before, you know exactly what that's all about. So you can join us over on patreon.com/KupoCon. Anything more than a $5 sub just for the month, you can get access to the evening footage. It basically involves me, the team, we all get on video chat, we have a few drinks, and we have some fun. And trust me, I'm going to have some fun. Thank you very much for being here. I do hope you enjoy the remake. As I said, I've played about 8 hours of it. I do really like it. I'm pretty confident there's going to be a day one patch. It may have already even been announced since I've been sat here. And for those of you who are waiting on the game, trust me, it's worth the wait. It really is. Again, a billion thanks to all of you for being here. Do check out our store online. I know that we've had a lot of interest. I know we've seen a huge increase in patrons today. And if you're sat there and you're thinking, oh, I've never been to a KupoCon, I'm just watching this stream, believe me when I say it, if you come to a KupoCon, you will never experience an event like it. I'm not just saying that. It has a completely different feel. We're all friends, we're all family, we're all here for each other. And hopefully that was reflected in today's cast. And that is my job done. On behalf of me and the team, thank you very much, and a huge heartfelt thank you to the wonderful community that we have here. You guys are extraordinary, and every day continue to impact my life in ways that I can't possibly explain to you. Have a wonderful evening, and I hope to see lots of you on the Patreon stream. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, so it is safe to say that Pomline was an online event. It was a streaming event. It wasn't actually a KupoCon physical event. But I thought we'll just spice it up a little bit and pretend that I actually went to there. So that's why we did all those bit of reconstructions and bit of jokes and stuff. And no, I did not spell shop wrong. That is shop in Welsh, for your information. But thank you very much to all the Final Fantasy VII guests that appeared on the stream. You all were fantastic, and I know KupoCon are going to be posting up on their YouTube channel the full panels of them, so don't forget to check those out. We will link it in the description below, and I'll see if I can pop it on the end of the video as well. But you can also watch the entire stream on their Facebook page, so I'll pop that in the description so you can just check that out. Thank you to Alex and all the KupoCon team, and Alan and Pontus, and just everyone, and the entire community as well. It was much needed to break up this lockdown, this weird world that we're in at the moment. But yeah, it really was. It was a 4-hour stream, and it was nice to chat to people on the chat on the side, just to see some old names, some new people as well that I have met before, because obviously KupoCon is an international event, so they have conventions everywhere, so it was nice for us all to be in one area to watch this. And yeah, just hats off to Alex and the team. It's just amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for just bringing some lightheartedness. And also, the game has been out for a while now. I have completed it 1.5 times, so I just can't get enough of it. It's beautiful. There are a few things I don't like, as most people, but what I like to ask is if you just want to comment down below on what you think of the game, but please keep it spoiler free, because I know a lot of people are still playing through it. They're taking their time with it. We've all got plenty of time at the moment, so yeah, that is that. But from today's video, with more lockdown coming in the UK, I think I got a bit of an idea for a couple of more videos. So, with that being said, till next time.
You're damn right I do.
Yeah.
I know you can.
Hey, little Brunfield, I know you can. Dun, 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 dun. Ham and Leak.